just great. But you better watch out for that troublesome ace on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. I thank you, and welcome to Card Sharks. Nice to have you here. Thank you. Very kind. Yeah, you got to watch out for that 8, that card that's right up the middle. And we thank Sherry Wagner of Barberton, Ohio for the opening poem, watching on WKYC TV, Channel 3. Thank you, Sherry. Now let's open the board and get to those cards. Go ahead. Janice and Lois will start loading in the cards, and we'll meet our card charts. Tina Flores, our champion. Hi, Tina. Nice to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Get a little reminder about you.
Well, I'm Tina Flores. I live in LA. I was born in New York, Manhattan, but I was raised in Venezuela. And I was recently married to the most darling husband in the world. Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. And you were so nervous in the last show, but you settled down and won $3,800, which is not bad at all. You're relaxed now, huh?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah,
Okay. Our challenger, Lana King. Hi, Lana. Nice to see you again.
Nice
I'm
to
fine.
see you.
And again, a reminder about you.
I'm Lana King. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I've lived here all my life. I love it. I love the outdoors. I love having a good time, and I'm a student in communications.
Very good. We're happy to have you back. Now, you both cut the cards at the beginning of the match, yes?
We both did.
We will pick up where we left off. We play the best 2 out of 3, and as we left off, Lana, the challenger, won game number 1. So Janice dealt out with the same cards, next cards off the top of the deck, as we started game 2, and it starts with you, Tina.
Okay.
Tina, we asked 100 bachelors, are you currently living with a woman? How many bachelors are currently living with a woman?
And these days, a lot of them are living with a woman. I was living with my... I should tell her. I started. I was living with her a little bit before we get married.
That's all right, Tina. You can tell us.
I already said so.
And we were listening, too, weren't we? Yes. Right. How many bachelors are currently living with a woman?
I think it will be half, like 55.
55 out of 100 bachelors are currently living with a woman. Higher or lower, Lana?
I think that number is going to be a little bit lower. We're very liberated in 1981, and so I think men are enjoying having more than one woman, and that's really cramps their style by living with them. Plus, we're getting back to marriage, and so I think that number is going to be just a little bit lower.
Lower. Interesting reasoning. You think that the number is lower because they want more, huh?
Exactly.
If it's lower, you'll
More
play
the
your
merrier.
cards. If not, Tina will play hers. Hit the answer on the head, a $500 bonus. The actual number of bachelors currently living with a woman is 5. That's all. Lana's right. Very much lower. And Lana starts off this game with a 2. Higher than a 2. A 10. Lower. Who's risking it lower? No. Took a chance with a tough card, and that gives Tina a free chance at a 3. Higher than a 3. A 6. She's going to risk it, and it pays off with a 7. Now we move over the freeze bar to protect that position. Tina needs 2 cards to tie up the match. Lana, we asked 100 married men. If your wife were getting dressed for a party, and she said, I'll be ready in a minute, dear, would you still have time to shave, shower, and change your clothes?
Absolutely.
How many men would still have time to do all that if she said, I'll be ready in a minute?
A lot of them would. Women are slow. It takes me 3 hours in the morning to get ready.
Really?
And that's if I want to eat breakfast and read the paper and all that. And once I say I'll be ready in 10 minutes, it's an hour and a half at least. So that number is going to be very high. I'll say the number is going to
What
be...
happens when you're going out on a heavy date? How long does that take?
I just start early.
Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday afternoon, right, for tomorrow evening.
Well, how many men would still have all that time?
Okay, I'm going to say 68 would.
68 out of 100 men would have time to shave, shower, and change clothes if the wife said, I'll be ready in a minute.
I know that they always say so, but I'm always ready fast. Well, and then I think it will be a little bit lower.
Lower. If you say a minute, you mean a minute, right?
Well, I mean 2.
You
but
mean
not
2.
2 hours. No.
The actual number of men who, if their wife said, I'll be ready in a minute, would still have time to shave, shower, and change their clothes is 62. Just a little lower. Very high number, though. And Tina, you've got a 7.
Change the card.
You win the question, and you can change it. A 10, a little better.
Okay, let's go. Higher.
Higher.
Higher, yeah.
She's got a feeling way against the odds. Is it higher? No. Oh, if you had gone with the odds on the
good
verge of
card.
victory, you might have been. Lana, break for you with a 2.
Higher!
Higher, she says, a 5.
Higher!
Higher than a 5, a 7.
Freeze!
Now we fill in the spaces. Tina needs 2 cards. Lana needs 2 cards. Question 3 will be coming at you in a moment, right after this.
Love to.
Game 1 went to the challenger, and now in game 2, we've got a tie as Tina needs 2 cards. Lana needs 2. Tina has a little better base card, and the question 3, goes to Tina. Tina, we surveyed 100 women who have become top business executives, and we asked them, are you the first woman in your company to hold the job that you now have? How many women executives are the first woman in their company to hold that job?
I think it will be a little bit high number because, the women are just getting into it. It's not so long ago. I would say it will be how many women is the first time?
They're the first one in that job.
60.
60 out of 100 women executives said they're the first one to hold that job.
I
Lana?
think that number's going to be a little bit lower. This is 1981 again, in women's liberation. There are a lot of top female executives in our countries. In our companies. And so I think the number's going to be lower. A lot of women are coming into a lot of positions, and there's 3 or 4 women executives around. I know that's certainly in a lot of the entertainment industry.
So you think fewer are
I
holding
think
that
that number's
same
going
job?
to be lower.
All right, lower, she says. And the actual number of women executives who are the first woman in their company to hold their job is 74. Not lower, much higher. Yeah, to hold that particular job, I think, is the key to that question. Tina comes out with a 10.
Card.
Now she wants to get rid of the 10. A 9.
I would say higher. I'm going to Boston.
Again, she goes against the
Again.
odds and says higher. And again, she's wrong. Lana, a 7.
I'm going to try higher also.
Higher than a 7. No, it is the same. It is not higher. Janice will fill in the spaces. Each player needs 2 cards. Sudden death. Someone has to win it right here. Lana, we asked 100 single women. Have you ever tried to boost a man's ego by telling him he was the world's greatest lover when you really thought he was the world's biggest dud? How many single women admitted they've done that?
I know a lot of single women, and I'm sure that would definitely boost their ego, but I don't think they'd go that far. I don't think too many of them would. I'll say 42.
42 out of 100 women said, you are the greatest, when he was a dud.
Well, if he was so dead, they would not pay any attention to raise his ego because they will not want to see him again. I would say lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
Sounded like she was describing Gene Wood there for a moment, didn't you? 42 says Lana. Tina says lower. The actual number of single women who said they've tried to boost a man's ego by telling him he was the world's greatest lover when they really thought he was the world's biggest dud is 24. It's lower. Tina gets control in sudden death. Each player needs 2 cards. Player pass. Passing it to
I'm gonna
Lana.
go-
Lana, you're near the middle with a 7. Get them both. You're the new champion.
I'm going to go higher.
Higher than a 7. Yes, a king. For the championship. Yes. Lana wins it. Big King came up and we have a new champion. Tina Flores, we have to say goodbye, but $3,800. Hope you had fun, too.
I had so much fun.
Thank you, Tina. Tina Flores and Lana King, come on down here with me. Congratulations. You cut the money card?
I did cut the card.
We are going to get right to business. You've got $200 now for winning the match.
Thank you.
That you're going to put in your pocket because we got brand new money, possibly $28,800 awaiting. Let's get over and play those money cards. Come on, Lana. Here we go. Up there. Here we go. Come on, sweetheart, says someone out there. You got a sweetheart with you?
No, I don't.
Sounds like you got an admirer out there. That's good. $200, 3 cards. You decide how you bet them. Another $200, 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card. The big bet where you must risk at least half the money. Good luck. We've been giving it away lately. Let's keep up that good work. Here's $200. And let's see if we can start you off with a good base card, but you can change it if you don't need it. 200 and a 10.
Change that card, please.
Only change it once. You must play this. Well, a 5.
Okay,
200 and a 5.
$100 higher.
$100. Higher than a 5. Yes.
Oh, okay.
With a 7 and 300.
$50 higher.
Minimum bet higher than a 7 and right again. Still near the middle, but $350.
Okay, I'm going to go $50 lower.
$50 lower than a 9. And she's right again. 7, 9, 8. You did very well with them. And now we're going to give you another 200 when we move up the 8.
Card, please, Jim.
Come on, let's see a good card on this
Good
level.
card. Oh.
Still a 10.
Okay, I'm going to go $100 lower.
$100 lower than a 10.
Oh.
First good card, but it costs you some money. You've got a queen and $500.
Okay, I'm going to go $300 lower.
$300 lower than a queen. Yes!
Oh, okay.
Back to the middle with an 8.
I'm going to go $50 higher.
Come on, you haven't seen a good card yet. Let's see one
know
right
it.
now. $50 higher. 850 and an 8 comes up for the big bet.
A bit lower.
Come on, let's double it. Lower than an ace. Yes! $1,700. Boy, did you get a lot of mileage on a bad card. With that one good card at the top, and with the $200 in the game, Lana King has $1,900. We'll be back with a new challenger right after this. All right, Lana, 2 brand new decks of cards and a new challenger on card charts. Pat Quinea. Hello, Pat.
Hello, Jim.
Nice to have you here.
Oh, look happy as can be. Nervous,
Why
too.
don't you tell us about you? Relax.
Okay, I'm Pat Quinea. I live in Toluca Lake. Originally, I'm from a small town called Ingram, Wisconsin. Grand population, 97 people. I'm a 37-year-old bachelor who has the honor of being the only male in an all-female apartment building. And I'm a tennis professional, a tennis player by profession.
You are a tennis pro living in a building with all women.
I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
Gene, you think maybe he could use a couple of roommates? Sounds very interesting, Pat. You get some time to play tennis occasionally?
Every once in a while.
good,
At least
good.
twice a week.
Good. Nice to have you here, Pat. You got the cards?
Yes, I have.
Good luck. Here we go. Starting the best 2 out of 3 with a question to Lana, and they're shaking hands before they come out fighting. Lana, in the business world, if an employee is not doing a good job, his boss can simply fire him and hire someone else. So we asked 100 married women, are there ever times when you wish you could just fire your husband and hire a better man for the job? Yeah, said the women, yeah. How many women admitted there are times when they wish they could hire a better man as their husband?
I think a lot more wish that than would actually admit that. And so I think that number is going to be around 31.
31 out of 100. Say, I wish
Well,
they could hire a better man sometimes, Pat.
I think that key word is wish. And I think quite often a wife must wish for a better husband, at least for 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm going to say it's going to be much, much higher.
Higher than that. 31 and higher. I was just thinking of something, but never mind. The actual number of women who admitted there are times when they wish they could hire a better man as their husband is 48. You're right.
Yeah!
It is higher. Knocked off the match with a 5.
Please change that card.
Yes, indeed. The 5 to a 3.
I love it higher on the next
Higher
card.
than a 3. A 4.
Higher!
Risking it higher. An 8.
Freeze right there. Freeze
And
it.
Pat is halfway across the board. And the first question to you, Pat. Pat, we surveyed 100 inmates in San Quentin Prison who are serving time for robbery.
I always get that thing.
Well, yeah. Well, we asked them, did you carefully plan your crime, or was it a spur-of-the-moment decision? How many inmates said their crime was a spur-of-the-moment decision?
Well, I think thinking about the crime was a spur of a moment, but I think before they ever entered into it, they have to be very fearful of being caught, possibly hurting somebody. So I think almost all of them have planned it. Maybe not too well, but they definitely have planned
How many
it.
did it on the spur of the moment?
On the spur of the moment? How many did it on the spur of the moment? Oh, I would say only about 10.
10 out of 100 committed their crime of robbery on the spur
I
of
think
the
that
moment.
number is going to be higher. There's a lot of people walking around, and if the time seemed right, they passed a liquor store with maybe one person in it and said, come on, let's go to a friend. I think that number is going to be higher.
Higher. It's a very fascinating question. Ask the inmates on something like that. Did they plan their robbery, or did they just happen to do it? Higher than 10. The actual number of inmates who said their crime was a spur-of-the-moment decision is 79. Very much higher on a fascinating poll. Lana, you start off this game with a 4.
Okay, I'm going to go higher.
Higher than a 4. A 6.
Higher.
She's risking it, and she's right with a 10.
Freeze.
And we've got a tie as Lana took a chance there on the 6, and it paid off. The question, Lana. Now, in the movies, James Bond plants electronic homing devices on his enemies so he'll always know exactly where they are. So he asked 100 married men, if your wife wanted you to carry a homing device so she'd know where you were at all times, would you do it? How many men would carry a homing device to please their wife?
The women would love it and the men would hate it. I wouldn't want somebody following me around, and I'm not even a man, or at least knowing where I was all the time. Everybody needs a little bit of privacy.
Well, we asked the men.
The men, but I still think that that number is going to be low, and I'm going to say 21.
21 out of 100 men would carry
No
it.
way, no way. I mean, who knows where that homing device is at? I mean, they could put it in the desk drawer or whatever. But I think to keep the little lady happy, they're going to say, sure, I'll take it. I say that it's how many would actually
How
wear
many
it?
would carry the homing device?
More, higher.
Higher?
The number will be higher.
You're single, huh, Pat?
Yes, I am.
I thought so. 21 and higher. The actual number of married men who would carry a homing device is 31. He's right. Higher.
Change it. Give me some
card.
An ace.
A jack.
Next card, lower.
Lower than a jack. No. Now comes the ace at the wrong time for Pat, but the right time for Lana with a 10.
I'm going to go lower on that
Lower than a 10. No.
Oh.
Couldn't do it. And now as we fill in the spaces while Pat, in the spirit of good sportsmanship, yells, yay! We'll have a commercial and then we'll finish this game. Game one of our best 2 out of 3 match. Lana with a 10 needs 2 cards. Pat, a little bit of base card. A jack needs 2. Sudden death. Someone has to win this game on this play of the cards. Pat, oh, now, I remember reading about a church that allows this, so it's a fascinating question. We asked 100 Catholic priests, should people have the right to smoke marijuana if they belong to a church that includes marijuana as part of its religious service? You may have read about that in the papers. How many Catholic priests said yes, people should have the right to smoke marijuana if it's part of a religious service?
Well, I used to be Catholic, and I do know of the religion you referred to, located up in San Francisco, as I recalled. I think that there's nothing in conflict with the Catholic religion with it, so I think the priest would say, as long as it was legal, they would be a high number. They would be about 76.
76. Lana, higher or lower?
Okay, my uncle is a Catholic priest. He's a father superior. And although priests are a little more liberated than we tend to think, I still think that number is going to be a little lower because they're going to object probably to those religions in the first place. They're really bizarre compared to the Catholic religion. I think that number is going to be lower.
You say lower.
I say lower, Jim.
Of course, it does redefine the meaning of the term high mass. The actual number of priests who said people should have the right to smoke marijuana if it's part of a religious service is 29. You're right, Lana. Probably for your reason. In sudden death. Game one, we'll be back with these nice people in a moment, right after this.